Okay guys, it's time to get real. Mike Wood here from mycoachmike.com. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, get on over there and sign up. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, get on over there and sign up, because I'm going to take you through a transformation in your life. You've got ideas, you've got information, you've got strategies, you've been taught all of these things that you think are going to make the change and make you rich or make you wealthy or just give you some business income. But there are a lot of strategies you're missing. So let's dive in and talk about those missing strategies so you can get the results you want out of your life. So what is the number one problem I've seen? I've been coaching for almost 2 decades. I've been trying to teach people and teaching many how to succeed with an online business. I started selling myself on eBay in 1999. Now for me, it was kind of a natural thing. I've had that desire to work for myself for probably my entire life. If you've ever had a problem with authority, or with others telling you what to do, then you're probably right where you need to be to become a successful entrepreneur. But you've got to tap back into that rebellious mindset a little bit. Now, within reason, that rebellion is there for a purpose, because there are things that are taught to us in this world that supposedly we're supposed to accept as just the way things need to happen. And it's the way everybody else does it, therefore it's the way it should be, right? Not necessarily. Every one of us is an individual on this planet. Every single person is an individual. Every single person has value, and every single person thinks differently. Now wrap your head around that. If every single one of us thinks differently, then while some techniques might work for many, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody should follow the same path. Okay? So I want to talk a little bit about getting out of your way. What I want you to focus on, what I hope that you will focus on for you, is to get out of your own way, think more creatively, and allow that divine creator self to happen. Because only then will you be able to create the success that you desire for your life. So we've got to have a few basic things here, of course, and this is something that many people have talked about, of course. We've got to have a goal. We've got to have an end in mind, right? Otherwise, we're just like Alice in Wonderland, walking along the trail, come to a fork, and, hey, which way should I go? Well, that depends. Where do you want to end up? Well, I don't know. Well, then it doesn't matter where you go, does it? It doesn't matter which path you take. So we've got to know what our end goal is. What is our big lifetime goal? What do we really want? Now, that needs to be fairly specific. So give yourself some time to think about what you really want. Then we can get down to some basic organizational and proper business skills. I have heard so many times in my career as a mentor working for others, OPM. Use other people's money. And basically what that means is go into debt. That's what sales guys are going to tell you, so that you will buy what they have to sell you, whether it's good for you or not. And that's not necessarily the best thing for everybody to do. Now, if you're driven and you know where you're going, you know what you want, and you know what it takes to do all of those things to get there, and the only thing that's missing is the capital to get it started, great. Then go into debt, use other people's money a little bit to put that vehicle into motion and go create what you need to create. But if you don't have all the rest of those pieces, if you don't know exactly what you want, if you don't have the skills yet to do it, if you don't know what skills are needed, then the last thing you want to do is go into incredible debt for your business and spend all the money that you don't have trying to learn these things and gain the knowledge that you need. No, start simple. So that's one of the first things I'm going to tell you is some basic business skills. If you're bootstrapping it, start with the bootstraps. Start with the basics. Work with what you have first. It is far more important for you to use this and to allow yourself to get creative than it is to spend OPM, other people's money, that you're eventually going to have to pay back. Okay, so start where you are. Now, if you've already spent a bunch of money, don't fret, don't get upset, don't throw your hands up and say, oh, well, I've already broken that rule, so there's no hope for me. That's exactly the attitude that I'm hoping to get you to change. That's the mindset that you can't afford, because that's not a successful mindset. So we have to change our mindset. We have to change our thought patterns. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the basic approaches to moving forward. And then I'll have a series of webinars where I'm going to talk more about this. And I'll share some of my experiences, and I'll share some of my creative ideas, and I'll share a lot of information that's going to be going into the books I'm writing right now, or that has gone into those books. But let's start with the idea of how to become a creative thinker. Because many of you right now are telling yourselves, oh, that's not me. Oh, I'm not a creative thinker. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, well, that's the number one thing you got to stop doing. Okay? Because if you are going to change who you are, what you have, your current state in life, if you want to change any of those things, and if you're watching this video, you want to change some or all of those things. That's why you're here. Okay? So if you're going to change those things, then that's the first step. Recognize that you want to make a change. Step one. Do you want to make a change? Say it out loud. Yes, of course, right? That's why you're here. Okay. Step two. If you're going to make a change in your life to who you are, to what you have, to how much money you're making, whatever it is, health, whatever you want to change, are you going to affect that change by continuing to do what you've always done? Now, if you think that you can make a change in your income, in your mindset, in your habits, in your health, anywhere in your life, without changing what you are doing or the way that you're thinking, you're insane. So stop being insane, stop playing the insanity game, and let's get out of our own way so that you can actually make a change. So that's number one. So we've got to move out of our own way. So what I would recommend, I'm going to do a series of videos maybe once a week. We'll see if I can keep that up, right? Because I'm working my own business too. Viper Sharp here is a product that I invented. And you can invent your own product too. It isn't that hard. And I'll tell you about my story and my journey to getting there, because I wasn't expecting when I first started on this journey to create Viper Sharp. That wasn't my plan. It wasn't my ultimate goal, but it fit in once it was given to me as an opportunity. So I'm going to give you a homework assignment. And I want you to put some serious thought into this. Over the next week, before I put another video out, I want you to put some time and thought and effort into what do you really want. And be descriptive with this. Put it down on paper. Think about it. Dream about it. Talk about it with others. What do you want? What do you want out of life? What do you want for yourself? What do you want to change? Write it all down. This should be a big list. It should be a big story. Okay? If it's a house, what do you want it to look like? How many rooms is it going to have? Is it going to have a library? Is it going to have an office? Is it going to have a music room? Is there going to be a pet room? Are you going to have an outbuilding? Are you going to have a shop? Are you going to have a barn? Are you going to have land? Right? What kind of trees are you going to plant? How much yard are you going to have? How much garden are you going to have? Are you going to have a greenhouse? Everything you want, you can have it. But if you don't know what you want for certain, if you're not specific about it, how's it ever going to come to pass? So create it spiritually first. So that's what you're going to do over this next week, is you're going to talk about, think about, and write about what you want for your life. Okay? And if you'd like, put them down in the comments. Put some of these ideas in the comments. What do you want? What do you want to change? What are you going to do when you learn how to harness the power that's in this God-given gift, your brain, your mind? Okay? That's step number one. Let's set the end goal. Let's decide where we're heading. Then we can move into all the other steps. Okay? So start there. Get that down. Please like and subscribe. If you want to follow this journey, click the bell so that you're notified of every other video that's coming up, and I'll take you through it.